is the worst case scenario if I contact? Are you part of Amway? That's the worst case. What else? Are you also are you also
You're scamming me.
just like yeah, are you trying to kind of make money out of me? Are you trying to scam me? What's the worst case scenario? And if that's the worst case, I don't feel like it's that scary. Because all I need to tell you is, well, I want to make long-term income. Scamming is not going to give me long-term money. I want to find sustainable source of income. And if I can scam you once, that would not mean rich. You know, I want to find something I can scam forever. But no one's going to be that stupid to let me scam forever, right?
True.
So I don't think scam would work as a main source of income today.
Yeah.
It can be like a lottery, but it cannot be a main source of income like a job. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I have like when I listen to the audio.
It's just like I just
But
wanna,
if you want to have fun with them, you can say something like, if I scam you and you become rich, are you okay with it? And you laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait. So before that, I just wanna say something. Say that it's not like we are not giving you more tasks to do, but sometimes we thinking that you are doing good already at your role, like helping candidates, doing the things that you've been good. So we don't have a thought that you actually can actually climb more or do more. So right there, there's should be some sort of initiation. Maybe you can say to us like, you can climb this, you can climb that. So it gives us a signal that you can handle more. So we can give you more.
But to take the initiative, I think we need to be frustrated first. Like, be frustrated about like why everyone always do that, but I have never done that before. But I have never thought about I would do that one day. So how to like be frustrated when you see lots of people do that many times, but you still there. Like the first step to think that you need to take this responsibility.
I think we asked me a lot of questions on how she can claim more tasks. Like if it's related to her team or her kids, like she want to do more,
Just, I mean, first thing first is, if you don't know if you can handle it, give it a try.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're not going to be able to handle it yet, come back later. It's not like you're not ambitious. You are just delaying your ambition. Because as we grow older, okay, let me give you an example. There were things that I wanted to take over and take ownership of my business, but then I realized I didn't have the width my upline had. So it's okay for them to handle it, because when I have the width, I have more certainty, I have less worry, I have the peace of mind to take care of it. Or maybe when I'm growing older, I develop more urgency. And when I have a bigger need for money, I'll be more compensated. Whenever I get hurt, I take a look at the check, I'm happy. But now I'm young. I don't have that bigger need for the income yet. And I don't have that width. So it's not like if you cannot do something right now, you have to confront your fear and face yourself in the mirror and say, oh my God, suck to be me. It just, at the moment, yes. But don't underestimate your potential.
Yes.
If today you cannot do something, like for example, when you were like 11, you couldn't drive a car, that doesn't mean you can't do it when you're 18. Or when you're like 6, you couldn't really read. Now you can read. You can understand words. So people do change, and if you give it a try and you realize that this is not a perfect timing to take over this task, well then it means something meant for me to be in the future. It's not like it's the end of the world. It's like you're stuck and there's nothing you can do about it. I always have this kind of like seeing this kind of mindset within a lot of young people, that if they cannot do something when they're young, they won't be able to do it when they're old. That's why they're so scared to do something, and they realize that they suck to do it. You're still young. It's not like you're talking like as if you're 30.
Is that
Right?
because
They have a big expectation for themselves. Like, if I am 22 years old, I have to be able to handle so many things. Those guys with a big ambition level, why would they not have more than the guy with less ambition? because they put too much pressure in themselves, so they stop somewhere in the middle. They cannot keep trying and keep pushing things forward. They don't have that tenacity to hold tight onto something and try it again and again and again and again. If you look at people like JoJo, right? It's not like she's perfect, but she can keep trying again and again. It's not like she dared to take the responsibility to show the plan for Socal and all of that. She's scared too, but because she's not too perfect about everything she does, right? Because if you win the first round in the marathon, it doesn't mean you're gonna win the whole round, the whole race, right? Because it's multiple rounds. So it's okay to take the first step and realize and sit back and calm down and evaluate your level of commitment right now. Hey, they already graduated. I have not. They're done with green card. I have not. You know, their family expecting them a lot. My family is still kind of chill with me. So right now, my situation doesn't permit me to do these all of things. Doesn't give me the permission to do all of this, but I can come back later, right? So start with that. And then now another thing is, well, taking responsibility, it's also something to do with not just about, you know, you want it, but it's more about, can you afford the other things well enough so it will keep your life in balance. If I see that you have a hard time to kind of handle school, you take forever to just do one appointments, I don't want to give you more. So it comes back to that TQ. TQ means even when you're good at something, you can still be better with it, or you can be best at it. Why? Because the next time when you come back to do it, you spend less time and energy for it, and you still get it done effectively. So I look at how you guys are cook, or you guys are study, or you guys are go to a job. I feel like you can still get it done, but I feel like it costs you so much energy, and it requires so much focus. And sometimes while thinking about that, you cannot drive, and you get into a car accident, and you forget, you know, things in here and there. And you know, if you the way that you handle something, even though this is the 10th time you repeat it, 1,000 times you repeat it, but you still lose so much energy to execute something. So you give me that worry. So I don't want to give you more tasks. So if you want to gain more tasks, you have to control two sides. The psychological side, which is something we've been explaining, and then the TQ side. It's your ability to execute it confidently, you know, effectively, efficiently, right? That allows you to claim more tasks.
And I have a question. So for my team, sometimes when they see me as an upline and whenever I do is so perfect, for example, like I do a task or I talk to a candidate, I will fix the problem right away and they will listen to me right away. Somehow that standards affect them, like, oh, I need to be like her too. So that's why they kind of afraid to make a mistake. I feel that, like, they compare themselves to me.
There are things that you didn't take into consideration when it comes to evaluating that. You didn't just include all the factors that you have seen. She doesn't work a job. You guys do. She's done with school, you guys has not. Right? She got the income from the Amway. She solved this problem. This is her 25,000 times. She's done it the first 3 years. All you've seen is, yeah. So, yes, you get there. But if you listen to my giving, right? Remember the top giver? I do explain that there is a process.
Yes, correct.
There is a process. So, well, you have to understand that in order for you to get to episode 15, you need to pass episode 7. Episode 7 is what? You failed miserably. that failure will set the stage for episode 8 that it's less miserable for your failure. And it set the stage for episode 11 and 12 that you no longer feel the pain of that failure. And episode 14 and 15 will be like, I'm more confident, my skill getting better. That's the process. If you cut down episode 7, there will be no 8, 9, and 10, and 11. So once you understand the process, there has to be that episode. There has to be that one time that you have to fail so bad. Well, then it will set a strong foundation for the very next time when you fail. It doesn't sound like it's the end of the world.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt as much.
So I've had conversations about like how sometimes when there's this like judgments about, like, say, a group of people overgeneralize, say, a type of people, right? It's hard for us to kind of have a giving attitude mentality, or even see the possibility of change in that somebody, right? So I feel like there are times too in which I catch myself judging somebody on a preset first impression and what they say to me. So it completely cuts the process of me giving my all into them from the get-go, you know? So like, how can we like put away that sense of judgment and away so that we can streamline that giving process to somebody and give them that chance to change?
Let me try to help you zoom out a little bit and take a step back. The problem you guys have been bringing up, it's not something that, if you're looking at the reality and the other leaders that have come before you, it's not like they could overcome it. We're just in the matter of a training. Sometimes for certain people, they got to a point where they realize that I have to win this. I just cannot get stuck with the fear all the time. I feel like my life right now is crappy and I don't have anything yet, and my mom's still going to work, and I'm just so sick and tired of like having saying the same assumption. What if people? What if people? What if people? You know, so that's for certain cases like what? Like Lily, or a certain case like Luke. They got to that certain point of tipping point.
Yes.
Right? For a nuclear bomb to start to really blow up, then you need to start to really have that compound effect. It's a little madness and anger over time. Today, when I try to explain this to you, do you know that I know it's just episode 7? Because I know that it's not going to change you right away.
Yeah.
It does require you to get to a point where you see your downline suffer because you didn't want to change. It gets to a point that where you try something else and didn't work out, or you just realize that, oh my God, I'm already 27. I can't just keep being like this. Or maybe sometime, I mean, even Diamond, Sajish, and Shushma, they said, I've been Emerald for like what, 15, 20 years. The only reason why I decided to go Diamond, because suddenly at this age, I hated my job. Something, why did you hate your job this year, but not the other years? Yeah, I don't know. It just, all these years been compounding, stacking up, and I just start hating my job. I don't want to keep doing this. I just want to just play big one time, and I never get back to it again, and I can retire from it completely. So even an Emerald needs something to kind of trigger them to do something big, right? So yes, sometimes logically, rationally, we do understand that yes, we have to change, we have to learn to give, we have to overcome this fear. No one's going to criticize us. It's just that the virtual individual you create in your brain that's going to criticize you, and all of that, imaginations you have had. But at what point that it just give you that strong courage, that strong bravery, that you're saying, you know what, I've been thinking about this all day long, all decades long, and I just don't want to just hesitating anymore. I need to do this time. I need to do it now. If I wait for another split of a second, I would not do it. This is the time that I have to make a decision, and I'm going to do it. That's why you're seeing some people that they could have gone platinum like years ago, like Han. She had the number, she has the skill set, but it's keep being delayed. Do you think it's something to do with her capability? No, I think she hasn't made that choice.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that. At what point, you know, Jessica would go Q12 and all of that? It's like, oh my God, everyone went platinum, went emerald.
Right.
My upline didn't go to emerald. So she has to be a Q12 for the upline to go emerald. So it's like something have to really stack up a little bit, right? So I got it. It accumulates over time, and you feel like, okay, you have that urge to just do it now, do it tomorrow, and you just suddenly that one time you feel I need to change.
Mm-hmm.
But is it that strong? Is that burning enough to kind of remind you again, mornings after mornings after mornings when you wake up and you still want to do it, right? And what accumulates is the training I did Socal last week, this week, the week after, the morning after, the qualification next, this next qualification, and their second leg come in and say, I respect you so much, I want us to also go platinum. I look at the other guy's second leg, it makes my upline platinum, I also want to go platinum. Something like that should I say to you.
Right.
So suddenly your parents give you a call and say, hey, are you emerald platinum yet? And you know, like my mom, you know, we went to eat hot pot, and me and my mom and Luna, she said, oh, by the way, that Amway thing, you know, when do you think you're going diamond? So suddenly they just out of like that. It's a little thing like that. It's gonna give you that big urge,
Trigger.
the trigger, or you know, someone just saying things like, hey, I feel like it's not worth going diamond because, you know, after all, this guy is just so busy. He doesn't have that real passive income. And something's like, oh, I don't think that's even possible because that guy is too smart and he still cannot really kill it, you know? Well, then what makes me think that I can be able to do it my own? And the little things like that you heard and that frustration kind of accumulates over time and you're like, nah, you know, not this time. I'm not going to lie to myself anymore. You know, so sometimes it's just before the moment you open your mouth, you speak your goal, and something kind of holds you back. Like, did I also say the same thing last time? You know that feeling, and you hate that feeling.
Yes.
And instead of back out from your goal, you're like, this time I need to really qualify to say it again, because I need to do it now.
I have a question. It's gonna be related to TQ. So as I observe, I see that most of the time when you just release a new audio, for example TQ, right? And everyone talk about TQ. They want to improve and increase the TQ in their life. However, just after 1 day, 2 days, that desire gonna die out. So ask ourselves, how can we keep that mind to keep wanting to increase the TQ every single day, or as an upline, how can I help my downline to increase their TQ in the daily life as well? Because sometimes we used to be as ourselves, as our habit, so we just don't want to do anything on the side because we put all my energy to one thing and then we forgot another thing. So how can we keep that the mindset of, oh, I want to increase my TQ today? Because after watching the video, I say that just 1 day, 2 days gonna die out. The desire I want to increase.
Desire. That's good desire.
Uh, well, if you really understand the business the way that Vicky understands, then it's not the one day. She had been doing this every day, even before the talk, because she does see the benefit and how her life turns out to be when she be able to handle multiple things. She's not that stressed compared to people who have the same structure she has. She can live her life more in abundance, and you know, she saw her downline suffering a lot because they don't know how to handle problem fast like she does, and she noticed that if people don't increase it, they have to pick either business or their life. If they pick the business, their life will suffer, and there's XIBO will just look at this and start saying left and right and all about this behind our back. And if they focus on their life, then they slack off from the business. So you have to be able to connect the dots that every time you see somebody taking forever to do something, it is affecting another area of their life right now that we don't know. If I step in someone's car and the moment they started really changing their lane and looking at the GPS, they stop focusing on whatever I'm talking about. They haven't got to the point where driving become a natural instinct. You see that? So they haven't developed. So this morning, when I drove to the airport and she's like, why didn't you merge in? You have to exit now. It's already one mile. I'm like, yeah, because I found out my perfect formula to kind of get into the exit is 0.5 mile. 0.5 mile left to the exit. That's when I'm just gonna get in because I found my formula. I knew that I can get in quick. See, then how can you get in quick? Because the first time when I got in slow, I hate myself when I'm so terrible at merging. So I just started practicing merging. At first I merge, I look left, right. Second time I merge, I briefly scan through or glance through this, and the next time I'm just gonna really looking in the front, the back mirror, the rear mirror, and I'm like, yeah, I guess even without looking at the blind spot, I guess there's no car on the right hand side because I have seen them before I ever passed them. If there's something, I would see them, but I passed them for a long way. So the last car that I passed them, it's been like 10 seconds, so there's no way they're right next to me. So as soon as you become more experienced into something, you have to get so good at it. Like Delvin drove me to the airport and I had to teach her when does she merge, when does she get on the farthest lane, at what point she should hit the brake. Because for her, if she keep driving, she's already found happiness and content if she can just not gonna hit any car. That to her is define effectiveness. My way to effectiveness is, do I lose a lot of energy? Do I drive with ease, with like a piece of cake, with comfort, with convenience, right? If I drive and it takes so much time to get to the same location, when I go home, do I need to take a power nap after driving? See, so I'm looking at what? Time. I no longer care about result anymore. I care about how fast I can get result, how comfortable I can get result, how much energy I lose when I get result. For her, her ambition is only at least I can hit home. Well, then the next time after she drives, she doesn't have any more energy to do anything.